We are all Memphis music all the time, 100.3 WVZM. I'm Rick Tarrant, and I'm in the studio, not the radio studio, but Sam Phillips Recording Service studio over on Madison Avenue with Reba Russell and Susan Marshall, who are performing at the Halloran Center this Friday evening. Now, this is the one he built after the one over on Marshall and Union 706, the famous one where Elvis used to record.
Correct.
But plenty of famous people have recorded here as well. Including,
yes.
I seem to recall, I believe the Yardbirds came over here and did some Memphis music, a Howlin' Wolf tune, and I believe one that the rock and roll trio, Johnny Burnett and the rock and roll trio had done. But,
Sam Samudio, Sam and the Shams.
Yes, Sam the Sham
Wooly
and the
Bully
Pharaohs.
was cut here.
Wow.
Also, lots of Charlie Rich right there on that piano.
How about that?
Yeah.
I will have to go touch those keys. So the history of Memphis music is, we don't even need to go there, but the roots of Memphis music, I know, affect both of you, and I've read in interviews you talking about the Delta roots and the mud in the Mississippi River and the ghosts of Memphis music past. Can you talk about what is this?
Well, that's a great question.
That we're privileged to be in the midst of.
And,
yeah.
You know, one of my gurus was Jim Dickinson. He loved to talk about why this place is like it is. And he also liked to talk about that so many artists that came out of Memphis, and, you know, Elvis in particular, but many, many artists were not from here. They came here and became who they became.
This was their launching pad.
It was the spot on the map. And I know that when I came here, I came way late to the party. Stax was kind of folding by the time I moved here. And for me in particular, I had been in like a musical desert, basically, down in Florida. I was not a musician. I had no aim to be a musician when I moved here as a kid. Memphis created a musician out of me. And this has been a puzzle to me. This has been something that I have asked myself many times. How did that happen? How did this happen? And the only explanation that I can come up with is that when I moved here, there was so much music here that I could not take it all in. I saw Joyce Cobb in the very beginning. I saw Jimmy Jamison. I saw Rick Christian. And something about those performances made me want to do it, made me want to study it. And then once I was here, then I started really getting into the Mississippi, the real blues people, the deep blues people.
Where it all started.
Where all of this was creative. And I don't know really what the answer to why it is the way it is, but it is. It exists.
So why ask why, right?
It exists here at a level that outpaces, 90% of the rest of the world as far as creation of music, creation of musicians.
And how many times do we hear of people who come here looking to get some of that mojo to rub off on them? And I'm thinking of Jeff Buckley, who came here after his first album, was received critically and got into a house here.
Look at what, Boo Mitchell's done in the past few years. I mean, the number one song of the decade was Bruno Mars. His father was one of the creators of the sound of this town. There is no match for it. I mean, really, I've been a lot of places. I've been around quite a bit, and nothing really feels like this. Now, New Orleans has got a wonderful mojo, too, kind of the same sort of thing going on there.
Would Muscle Shoals be in that category?
I would say it is. It absolutely is. But it's sort of like the tourist industry now calls it the Golden Triangle.
Yeah, but that's Nashville.
Well, they include us, too. They include this over here.
I know, but do we include Nashville? That's the question.
Well, you have to.
You have to include that. You have to include, Helena, Arkansas, Clarksdale, Mississippi.
That's right.
All those places.
Yeah, Shreveport, Louisiana Hayride.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's all a part of it.
It's a southern
thing.
But
I also think that struggle is part of the crying out of the soul. That is sort of where that is born out of struggle and pain. It's certainly not a rich thing. It's a, in the dirt kind of a thing rather than a lofty thing. It's in the muddy Mississippi. It's in the earth here, the agriculture.
Well, and the blood, the sweat.
Exactly. Yeah. That I think it's easy not to feel that in the presence, but it's there. It's there.
That's an interesting observation. Yeah. Well, if you want to hear some great music from two great ladies, Reba Russell, Susan Marshall, don't miss being at the Halloran this Friday.
Hey, y'all, I'm Susan Marshall.
And I'm Reba Russell.
Join us at the Halloran Center this Friday night.
We are going to be rocking the house with some beautiful music.
Yes. Come on.